The hardcore war career mode in Stormworks is getting interesting. We've obviously decided to build a helicopter in the previous video, and we did a really good job with it. We even sank an enemy submarine. But what do we want to do today? Well, I think I want to take this. I want to add some seats along the top of there, just in case we need them. I want to do some other modifications to it, possibly some mag holes on the bottom, and then I want to take it back out for another flight. So let's get in and get going. Okay, first thing we need is some seats, so we're just gonna go ahead and add those guys right there like that, and I would say that looks alright. What we're then gonna do is work on the underbits. I'm gonna delete these guys right here. I'm gonna chuck this into there. We're gonna get a mag all, and I'm just gonna go ahead and chuck that on the bottom. We're gonna do the exact same thing for this guy, so chuck this right here like that. Chuck one of these guys underneath like so. And that's all good. We're then going to attach this onto here, that onto there, and yeah, that's fine. Okay, I also think this bit at the back looks a little bit ugly, so we're going to do something here. Let's just, you know what, actually, maybe a control surface will actually not look too bad. So a large fin control surface, whack that on there. Yeah, that looks okay, I guess. I only want it on one side, though. I didn't think this would work. Why is it put it here? That wouldn't... What? It's time to get in then, so let's just jump in here, turn it on, throttle it up, and we're actually gonna fly out to... I guess Terminal Komodo. We still need to build a mining machine, which a lot of you guys agreed that I needed to build, so yeah, that's where we're gonna fly now, and we're gonna start building one. Although, how much money do I have? 127,000 so far. How much is it to actually buy this? 50,000? For 50,000 we might as well do it. I'm going to turn around, we're going to go to the Isle of Donk, and we're going to buy ourselves yet another hangar. Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is going to cost me $50,000, which I do have currently, so I guess that's not such a bad thing. So let's go ahead and land, and then we can start building a mining machine. I don't know how I feel about that, because I haven't really built very many of them, but let's go ahead and land ourselves on the ground. There we go. We are going to go ahead and get out the seat and jump out of the heliflopter. I should have probably turned it off first, but never mind. Give me the island. There we go. We're going to end up with 77,000. However, it is slightly more than that, because realistically, we're going to get some money for the helicopter right there. We also get the diesel that comes with this and the jet fuel, which is good. So, let's go ahead and do this. Oh. I have to get in there and fly it in here in order to... Okay, sure. Coming in, here we go. Yes, alright, and land. Whoop, there we go. Alright, very good. Jump back out again and return it to the workbench. That's all we needed to do. Yes. Okay, this beautiful building right here is now ours. And I suppose the runway is as well. That's pretty cool. Alright, so what do I want to do then? Well, I want to create a vehicle that looks okay and works okay. So let's go ahead and chuck these guys onto here. That is massive, I'm not going to lie, that is huge, but should work out quite nicely. So, as long as we can get the coal into here, we should be good. So what I'm going to do is build the sides up. We're actually going to go ahead and build the sides up right here as well. And I'm just going to go ahead and chuck that across there like that. What I then want to do is add like weird things on the sides to make it look nice, and then we can build the rest of the vehicle from there. Aha! There we go. So we got ourselves a little storage area. Very good. What I'm now going to do is, well, build up little areas for these guys to go. There we go. And now we need to build the base of this. I don't really know what this is going to look like in the end, but so far it's looking very interesting. Let's go ahead and paint this entire thing. I don't know, we want it to be like industrial, right? And industrial generally is yellow. Or for a lot of it is yellow. Or is that just cat stuff? I don't know. I guess JCB as well. That's yellow too. Anywho, let's go ahead and do these guys right here. I need to build some sort of cab for this. And I don't know how it should be. Okay, let's go ahead and sort out the bottom end then. We're gonna seal all this off because, well, I don't want it to be on show as it is. And we're just gonna box that like so. Alright, that's actually a really nice box. I don't know if I've ever said that, but there you go. It's a really nice box. If we attach all that together, beautiful. Do I want it to rotate? I don't think I do. So what I want to do is just add tracks or wheels underneath here. I would love to know where to put them, but I actually don't know. So let's go ahead and get this color really quick. We're going to go ahead and build that out to the side. We're going to do this out to the side as well. And this out to the side too. We're then going to drop it down by 2 maybe. And drop that down by 2 and this down by 2. And then I think I want one here as well. So bring this out to there real quick. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. And then bring it down by 2. 1, 2. Excellent. So that's sort of where it's going to go. If I then type in tank, we should be able to get ourselves some drive wheels. And I think I want to go with medium ones. So let's put that at probably the front. There we go. Medium ones as well for these guys. Yeah, like this. 1, 2, 3. And let's see what that looks like. Okay. Weird. So far it looks pretty weird, but actually, I think once we get a little bit of detail on this will look good. So, obviously, we want to seal up the back side of this a little bit. So let's just go ahead and zoom from here downwards all the way back to here-ish. And we're going to seal that just like so. One of those right there. Okay, right, so far so good. I then want to add more little bits just to hopefully make it look nice. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, excellent. And then I might just do this guy right here. Alright, good. Chuck that on there, chuck that on there, chuck it on there, chuck it on here. We're just gonna keep chucking things on, and let's see what that looks like. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Alright, and then to give it extra detail, we're gonna go ahead and just chuck this behind here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. Alright, good. Spawn it in again, let's see what that looks like. Yes. Alright. Bit weird, but so far so good. Alright, so what is this thing currently missing? Well, a bunch of stuff actually, because it's going to need an engine, which I might mount just on the front of this. It's also missing, obviously, a cab, and it's also missing the thing that's going to be doing the mining. And I don't know where to put it, to be honest. I was thinking originally, maybe we would have maybe the cab on one side, the mining thing on the other side, and then the engine maybe behind those? But I don't know. I've also added these guys because I thought it made the underneath look a little bit nicer. So that's good. But I don't know. We could also add an engine underneath if we wanted to, but I don't think we've quite got enough room down there. You know what? It might actually be kind of interesting to ask you guys, but at this point in the video, what is your favorite sort of mining brand? So like JCB, Cat, Katsumu, is that what it's called? I'm not sure. Kubota, I don't know if they do big things. I only seen tiny tractors from them, but you know what I mean. Which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments down below. Anywho, what I'm gonna do right now is delete these guys. I'm gonna put in a floor because I'm gonna need one. And we're gonna chuck that under there like so. Alright, bit weird so far, but it's okay. Engine, we are actually gonna go for a beefy engine. Not a 5x5, but I was going to go for a 3x3. Yeah, and I was going to have it in the ground. So, if I delete this little area right here, we should be able to fit our engine right there. Oh, interesting. Maybe raise it up a little bit. There we go. 1 and 2. And then the cylinders can go on top of that. Yes. The main reason I'm making it quite beefy like this is because this has to run a mining machine, so the actual drill itself, and the vehicle itself, when it's fully loaded, which is going to be really heavy. Alright, so, how are we going to do this then? Well, we're going to go to engine, we're going to write that in, we're going to get some exhausts. Those guys are actually going to get sent probably out the top, to be totally honest with you, so we're going to just go ahead and send those there. We're going to need an air supply, which is going to be directly in the center. That's fine. We need a fuel supply, which is going to be coming from the underneath, if possible, which I believe it is. There we go. And then we're going to need to cool this thing down quite a bit. So we're actually going to go ahead and add 2 coolant manifolds, here and here. And we're going to add some beefy coolant on this thing. Okay, so I've extended the front a little bit, which is lovely. And hopefully this will actually work. The thing is, I think when the sprocket hits the ground in this game, it dies? I can't remember. There was one of the games, it might actually be Sprocket where that happens. Maybe not Stormworks, I actually can't remember. Anyway, we've extended it forwards, which is pretty good. It gives me space for the engine and also the mining bit. Right, so, if we go to heat sink thingamabobbies, these guys, I want a 5x5 radiator. Because I do. There you go, that's my reasoning. I want a 5x5 radiator because I do. It doesn't really fit very well here, does it? No. I might just have to zoom it in anyway. Yeah, we might have to just go for it. Alright, zoom this guy forwards. We'll actually shove this across the top. I'm gonna put that guy up the middle. Presumably actually in this color. There we go. And then we're gonna sort it all out. Yeah. Alright, cool. Shove one of these on the top. Just like this. And that is awesome. Yes, indeed it is. Alright, whack all that in there. Cool. Cool, I think. Yeah, that should cool it down, right? So now all I need to do is attach all these pipes together, hope for the best, and hope that it works. I've shoved an exhaust on here because I thought that would look nice, which it does. Well, I say it does. I don't know, it looks a bit weird, but that's fine. And they're all attached together, so the exhaust is attached, the air is attached, and that's good. We now need to do the fuel, which is just going to go straight into the floor. So if we get ourselves one of these, we can literally just pipe it straight up and in. Like that. There we go. That's done. Very good. We're then going to go ahead and put a pipe in there, attach it to there as well, and that should be good too. I do think we need a pump though. Yeah, we are going to need a pump here. Can I fit one? Can I fit one in here? Yes, I can, because I can just do this, and that will totally work. So, grab ourselves a pipe. We're going to go ahead and shove this down first. It's going to go into the bottom of this engine. Sorry, into the bottom of this pump. We'll send one this way. Here we go. And then upwards. And then zoom it together. Yes. Alright, very good. We're then going to go to the top, obviously. We're going to attach that directly into there. On this side, we're going to need one of these angled bits to go here. And then we got to attach it all together. Yes, we do. Alright, so bring it down. Bring it round. And attach it on. Hold on. I'm struggling, but we did it. Okay, good. That's awesome. I think it's time to add a bit of a cabin. I'm not very good at doing things like this, and I want it to look nice. But the likelihood of this actually looking nice is not very high. It's just not. But let's go ahead and just build this up a little bit. There we go. Build this up a little bit too. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Although actually delete these ones, because angling it will make it look a bit nicer. There we go. So one of those, and one of those. Okay. And then we just got to do this on the top. Alright, there we go. So we got ourselves a cabin. It looks kind of ugly. In fact, it looks extremely ugly, but that's fine. Yeah. Weird. Genuinely don't know how I want to go about building this. I mean, it does look like a cabin that would be on one of these, so maybe it's fine? Alright, maybe. We're going to go ahead and chuck this guy up here, like this. We're going to do this side as well, which is just going to go up there. And, well, that's a cabin, I guess. Alright, well, I mean, it looks a little bit dumb right now, but I think if we just add a little bit of extra stuff to it, maybe it'll look better, who knows. Yeah, that definitely looks a little bit nicer. We're going to go on either side, and I'm just going to go ahead and add a handle for looks, I guess. So one's going to go there, one's going to go there, and we're just going to go ahead and paint them in. Alright, cool. The interior of it is going to be a different color too, so let's just go ahead and paint all of these. And hopefully that will be good. Yeah. The thing is, it's not about looks. It's mainly about trying to build something that actually works. And trying to get to that point might be pretty difficult, if you ask me, but I don't know, we'll see. Alright, there we go. Yeah, it looks alright. I do wish that I could put glass in here, but I don't want to XML anything. Alright, save it, here we go. Let's spawn it in. Actually, let's put a seat in there first, and then we'll spawn it in and we'll see what it looks like. Bosh. Okay, here we go. Yeah? I think that could work. And then obviously we need the mining bit to be on this side. But if we go here... Oh, sure. I'm getting rid of one of these. I know it's crazy that, like, I did have two, and now we've only got one. Sorry, guys. Now we've only got one of them. I'm gonna get rid of that bit too. There we go. So, I wanted to get rid of it because the mining bit itself is gonna have to be located here. So it's gonna go through the floor, I believe, around this location, which is not amazing. Maybe here, actually. Yeah, we'll send it through the ground right here. Oh, are you serious? I've put the thingamabobby there. Ugh, indeed. Right, that's it. This is what we've got currently, and it's weird, but I think it will actually work. So, let's go ahead and say that we wanted to start mining. We just go ahead and send this way, and we start mining. We then trick it out the top, which sends it into here, which is nice. The thing is, though, if it is going to send it out of there into here, we kind of need to send it into this one as well. So... how do we go about doing that? Well, I guess we could actually just do this. And maybe this, and then chuck one of those guys there. I don't know, that seems really ridiculous looking to me, but once it's in its full state of there, honestly, just sending it out and backwards down to here might be fine. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it as is. It's a bit weird, but I think it'll work. Yeah. I've added a medium electric motor to that, so we're gonna have to add some generators on here that provides a decent amount of power for this thing, otherwise we're gonna end up in a horrible situation. Anyway, let's just go ahead and start adding things to this now that either make it look good, bad, or just, I don't know, we'll see. So chuck that on there. We're gonna go ahead and chuck that on there, very good. Kinda don't mind the idea of having one of these guys on here. And then just send it backwards with some pipes or something. I don't know, something that looks kind of interesting. So we're going to send that down to the end, and I'm just going to attach it on at the end, just like this. 1, 2, excellent, spot it in. That's all good. And now if we do this, what does it look like? I think that looks cool. I actually don't mind that. Hopefully this will actually mine. It is a little bit off the ground, but... I'm assuming it will be okay, especially if I do actually change this. I hope that it works. Oh, I don't know if it will. So I guess we just got to give it a go. We just got to test it out. So let's fix up the engine a little bit more. There is a little bit that needs doing to the engine itself. And then let's drive this up the hill into the quarry and try some mining. Alright, so, modifications that need doing are actually on both sides. So, delete that guy, delete this guy, that guy. We gotta delete a lot of things. There we go. Excellent. One side is gonna need a clutch, and the other side is gonna need one of these, so that we can have starters. Yes. So, we'll have a starter there, which is actually very visible. And we'll have a starter here. So, let's do it. That's stair. For some reason, I've typed in stair. Right, starter. Chuck that on there like this. Excellent. One can actually go there as well, so we're going to do that. Unfortunately, I am accidentally doing this on both sides, so let's undo whatever's going on over here. There we go. Alright, good. So we got 2 starters. No, 3 starters so far? There you go. Now we've got 3 starters. I think I want 4, but it might be a bit of a struggle to get the 4th one. I might not be able to do it. Oh no, maybe I can fit it in here. Oh wow, it's so hard to see what's going on. I needed to go up in there, like that. There we go. So now we've got 4 starters. This thing should work. Anyway, we gotta go to the other side now because we need a clutch. And that needs to go on this side. So clutch, here we go. A 3x3, chuck that directly into here. We no longer actually need this thing to be so big, but it is what it is. So hopefully it'll be fine. I am going to chuck this forwards a lot because it needs to go down into here. So we'll send it forwards as far as we sort of can. We're then going to chuck it across. We'll then chuck it down into here. We're then going to zoom this from this side across to the other side. Hopefully without interacting with very much. And that should be good. So pipes, here we go. Grab a straight pipe, chuck it in the right color. Zoom from there all the way to the other side. Right there, we're going to need a T-piece, which is one of these. And we're going to chuck that up like so. Alright, so far so good. From there, we're going to go ahead and send it upwards by 2. We're going to get ourselves an angled pipe, and that is going to send it this way. We then need to send it this way somehow. Alright, there we go. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. There we go. We need some gearboxes. So we're going to go ahead and chuck those guys on here as well. 1, 2... I should have probably planned this out, because realistically, I do want the mining machine to be powered by the engine, but we can't do that with the way that we've done this, unfortunately. Anyway, that goes across to there. Again, there we go. We then need to send it up and in, and that's it. There we go. So this goes on here, like that. It then goes on there like that. And then if we go ahead and fill this in like so, we're good to go. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, I almost forgot actually. We needed to add a pipe so that we could take some of the power from our engine and create power with it. So we need this to come up into here and essentially make power. So we're going to bring it... No, we're not going to bring it up. We're going to angle it in from here. I'm going to send it backwards by 1. I'm then going to actually do it by... No, we'll do it by 2. We'll put a T-piece on the end. There we go. I'm going to delete all of this area right here, and we're going to add a generator into there. So, medium generators times 2, right there like that. Excellent. We then need to fix this little bit in, because this is the fuel tank. And then we're going to need to add a meter. Liquid meter. Very good. And a spawner. Yep, there we go. Alright, so we've got generators in there now. We have fuel in there now. Oh, this is crazy. There's so much stuff going on. It's insane. We are going to need to add dials into here. So let's do that next, actually. Here we go. So delete, delete, delete. We're going to add dials in. Sorry if this is getting a little bit like crazy and boring, or if I'm like jumping all over the place. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. And hopefully it's okay. Right, so let's go with battery on this side. We're going to go with fuel on this side, and we're going to go with speed right here. We also need another dial. I'm going to put it back here. And this one is going to be for... I was going to do it for coal level, but actually I'm not. Undo all of that. We'll leave it. We will leave it. Hopefully it'll be fine. Uh-oh, I need to modify this a little bit because I need a clutch to go into each of the wheels. So how do I even go about doing this? Because this one's kind of hard to get to, if I'm honest. Right, delete 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, we're still good. We're going to go ahead and chuck a clutch into here like this. There we go. Probably in this color, to be fair. There we go, very good. We're going to attach all those guys together. We then need to stop mirroring. I need to delete this guy. We need a T-piece, like this one. No, like this one? Yep, there we go. So that T-piece is going to go in there like this. We're then going to go and angle a piece right here. We're going to angle this guy that's coming down and attach it onto there. And that's all good. Then we go ahead and put the left motor into this one, the right motor into this one, and that should allow us to actually drive this thing around. We're going to put WNS on, obviously, WNS, wherever that is. There we go. And we're going to put A and D on A and D. Alright, at this point, I do believe we can actually somewhat drive it around as soon as I give this clutch some electricity. Okay, I think we can probably start it anyway. Apparently we're missing the diesel level. Interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. Very good. That's alright. Does this turn? Oh, yeah, that turns pretty well. Okay. Why isn't my engine starting? Alright, this is it. This is it. We should be able to start the engine now. Let's go ahead and do it. There we go. Now if I want to drive... Oh, it's in reverse. Okay. Okay. Well, lucky we sort of figured that out. That's good. Yeah, it would be nice if it wasn't in reverse, actually. Right, so We're gonna go to sleep real quick, and then in the morning, we're gonna test out if we can actually drive that thing around. This is the bed, apparently. Okay, right, we're gonna go to sleep here. In the morning, we'll wake up. There we go. Apparently a blue recreational boat requires servicing. Who cares? Not me! Alright, let's jump in and see what happens. It might not turn very well, is one of the things that I might have an issue with. But let's try. Oh, no. Actually? Have I already broke something? I've already... I've already broke it. Really? Well, that does actually remind me, we do need to get some equipment on here. We're gonna need a fire extinguisher. I'll shove it in the ground. We're gonna need a welder, obviously, to fix things. What else are we gonna need? First aid kits, presumably, to sort myself out. So we're just gonna go ahead and put those there. And, well, lights would be good, but we're not gonna do lights right now. So save it. There we go. Hopefully it works. I literally just want to get it up there to try and work it. So, turn it on. Hopefully it doesn't annihilate it. Uh-oh. What's happened there? What is going on now? It was driving normally until I did that. What's going on? Right, so it turns out having that so close to the ground is really not a good thing, but... Oh boy, yeah, no, it's a really bad thing. Oh, that's kind of annoying, because, like, can I do this to, like, modify it? Like, is that closer to the ground, or is that further from the ground? I don't actually really know. Also, I don't know if this is going to make it... Oh, no, it just keeps hitting the ground. It just keeps hitting the ground. Over and over and over again. It's probably not worth actually attempting to do what I'm about to attempt to do, but I'm gonna do it anyway, because I'm stupid. Alright, come on. Alright, ram it into it, who cares? Not me. Okay, very good so far. We're making it up the hill. Slowly but surely we are making it up the hill. Also, the steering on this is a bit of a challenge, but it is sort of still working out fine, so I'm okay with that. Alright, we're getting up the hill. Alright, we are smacking it up a little bit more. This thing is getting annihilated, but it is still working, so it is what it is. Alright, just keep driving. Keep driving. We'll fix it once we're there. Maybe. Alright guys, well, we've made it down the hill. Obviously we don't have lights, so I don't really want to be going in any caves. And the steering on this actually sucks quite a lot, so we are going to have to solve that issue. But I think the main issue that we actually have to solve is the fact that this thing wants to destroy itself. That's probably not a great thing with a mining machine. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and drive over to this little section right here. Gonna go ahead and park up. I'm then gonna fix all of this stuff. There we go, fix it all up. Once it's fixed, we can go ahead and start the mining process. Alright, this is it. So, let's go. Alright. I don't know if that's working. Oh, I just accidentally rammed it into something. That's my bad. That is actually my bad. I don't know how I did that. Anyway, if we put the brakes on here, and I do this, alright, and then we start drilling. Is that actually working, or is it not working? I don't know. There is coal in here. Oh yeah, alright, there's coal. So if I do this, is it still mining? It is still mining, and if I press spacebar, the coal gets dumped out of the top into our hoppers, and it is actually working. So as long as we sort out whatever's going on at the front with the crashing, try and solve a little bit of the rotating when we're driving, we've got ourselves a mining machine. So the other limitation is obviously the battery power as well. I was hoping the generators would work whilst this is working, but because of the clutch control that I've put on this thing, that isn't actually working. So yeah, there's a lot of things that aren't working on this, but that's why you test things. Ow. I could have just died. This thing hurts. I forgot about that. Alright, climb up. I wanted to climb up here and see how much we've actually got overall. 82 in this side and 82 in this side. Okay, considering you only start with 100 in each of these, that's pretty good. Yeah, no, that's really good. Nice. Okay, just keep it going. I'm going to keep going until our battery life is closer to like 40, I think. Yeah, so we'll just wait until that's the case. Oh, we got to 40. I didn't see. All right, there we go. We're going to stop mining now. We are going to stop dumping it, and I want to go check how much we've got. So let's go ahead and jump up here again. There we go. Climb over the top, and at the back we have 101 and 99. All right, yes. Now all we got to do is get out of here without destroying ourselves. Easier said than done, I guess. No, other way, reverse. All right, I wonder if we could get out with just reversing. Oh man, this thing doesn't turn. It really doesn't. It doesn't like it. All right, well anyway, let's go ahead and reverse backwards. We're going to go ahead and put the brakes on. We're going to turn around. And that should be good. I also need to put some rope anchors on this. That is actually a necessity. I don't know what else. But yeah, the turning needs fixing. I think what I'll do is I'll actually have some of the wheels do some turning. Like I did previously. And that'll be good. We also need lights as well. That's important. About those lights, by the way, I kind of need those now because I can't see very much whatsoever. I was using my torch to see, and, well, I can't do it in third person, unfortunately. We are damaging ourselves a lot doing this as well, but fortunately, it's on a separate entity. So it's only damaging the mining bit, not the actual machine itself, which is good, but again, not good because it's still damaging itself. So we'll get down the stairs, or down the ramp, back to our base, and we'll remedy these things. Well, we made it. This is good. The issue that I was having as well, just a little bit, is that it was saying I didn't have the required coal, but none of them are actually full anyway. All right, we're good. Anyway, yeah, so this needs to be able to fold back a little bit more, meaning I think I gotta get rid of, like, this. Which is crazy, because then we have this on show, but that might be okay. What I'm going to do is stop filling this with diesel real quick, and we're going to just do some testing with how far back that can actually rotate. I think it's just going to get stuck on... Yeah, it's going to get stuck on this stuff. Is that okay to get stuck on? Like, if I deleted this, for example, there, and I deleted that one as well, and I just chucked this in, where does that get back to? Oh, I think it's still stuck in pretty much the same place. Ah, problems. Okay, I mean, I've lowered these guys down so that they are touching the ground, but unfortunately, these wheels are no longer touching the ground. They kind of need to be. I've also done this so that this no longer smacks into the ground anymore. But when mining, well, it doesn't touch the ground either. That's a problem. What I might do, though, is instead of doing anything, like, super sophisticated, I might actually just add, like, a little leg at the back that lifts the back end up that allows the front end to go down. That might be more complicated than what I need to do, but yeah, just a little leg that lifts us up at the back, pushes this down into the ground, totally works. That's not a bad idea, actually. Right, we're going to need a bunch of things. We need rope, so I'm going to go ahead and just put rope everywhere. Let's chuck that onto there, chuck it onto there, chuck it onto there, chuck it onto there. Very good. We're also going to have some on the butt, so let's go ahead and do this and this. We need some on the front, just in case we get stuck at any point. It is going to be in this color on the front, though, and I'm going to chuck them there. There we go. All right, very nice. Very nice indeedy. On the sides, we're going to have them in yellow, and I'm just going to put them at each of these points. So go to rope again and chuck them on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. And then we need some spotlights, or actually, loads of lights. So I'm going to go ahead and just chuck this in here. We'll only do it on one side. We'll have one there and one there. Okay, that works. Let's go ahead and paint them a slightly different color so that it doesn't go crazy. And there we go. We're also going to actually have some of these lights on the back. Probably just one. So that we can see. There we go. So that's going to go back there. We're going to go ahead and paint it this color. And realistically, pointing some out to the side might be nice too, but we'll leave it as is. Okay, look at that. The wheels now steer down there. So if we turn on the... Oh, we can't. We might be able to get away with it a little bit. Here we go. So if we start driving... Alright, it won't actually put the clutch in because there's no fuel. That's fine. We need to swap that out as well, actually. We need the engine to work at idle if we need it to. Interestingly enough. Okay, so with that being said, actually, let's just go ahead and chuck one of these guys in. Right here. Yep, this is going to be for our engine. So chuck this guy straight into the throttle, which is this one. Hey! Yeah, alright, cool. That works. Okay, so now we just need the legs, or whatever we're building at the back to work. So we're gonna go with track really quickly. Yes. We're gonna do this on both sides so that it's stable when it's in the air. Which is weird, but there you go. We're gonna drop those down to there. That should probably be enough. Alright. Delete this guy up here. We're gonna go to this one, obviously. Chuck that on there. We're then gonna essentially just do this and get ourselves a friction pad at the end. Delete that guy, chuck it on there, and that should be fine. Weirdly, I think. Yeah. So connect those guys to there, and then if I want that to lower down, let's get ourselves a switch box really quickly. This one. I'm going to check this on the underside, wherever I want. So, probably right here in the center. This is going to connect onto these guys, 1 and 2. And then this is going to connect into 4. There we go. And if I go to 4, we need legs. There we go. Alright, is that going to work out? Who knows? We go to this thing. Switchbox on is 1. Switchbox off is -1. Okay, let's go. Alright, so they should be up right now, which they are. If I go to here and I press 4, they lower down, which means that this should be closer to the floor. But I don't think it's that much closer. I think we need to be pivoted more. Oh, that's crazy. Right, what do you guys think? So I've I've lowered this down. Which means that it's lowered this down, which means that I think that is actually close enough to the ground to actually work. So let's go to sleep and we'll do another mining adventure in the morning. Also, for anyone asking if I'm looking for enemy vessels around, yes I am. In case I need to go out and actually fight anything, I'm sort of ready to go. All I'm really worried about though is if there is any enemy helicopters. That one is not a helicopter. That one up there is, but it's actually really far away. And the other one I believe was a vessel as well, so we're good. Okay, right, so now, in theory, if I respawn this, but we actually put fuel in it. Fuel, yeah, diesel, alright. We should be good to go. How much diesel do we actually have? That's a good question. Fuel, we got loads. Alright, so if I do this, and I do this. Yeah, okay. But if the clutch isn't in, it doesn't really... Oh, yeah, no. That doesn't work fully. And the main reason it doesn't work fully is because this clutch, wherever it is... It only goes in... Where is the clutch? Back here. It only goes in with the centrifugal clutch. But I don't want that. No, I don't. I want it to be on the throttle lever, which is crazy. Yeah, because then it goes to the gearbox first. No, to the generators first. Yes, that works. Which also means I don't need a centrifugal clutch, which means we might have some issues. I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, save this. I didn't even check how expensive it is. Apparently it costs $57,351. Alright, we're going. Look at that, we've got a butthole light! Yes, and now we're driving. We can actually drive super fast if we want to, but that's kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my goodness. Alright, that's really scary. Let's not do that too much. But the thing isn't actually hitting into the ground, which is good. That is perfect. Alright, we gotta be a little bit careful on steep hills though, because it might still hit the ground here. But let's just go ahead and travel up the hill. And then we'll obviously travel down the hill. We'll do some mining. We'll get as much coal out as we possibly can. And, that'll be good, I think. Uh-oh. Ah. So this is where the centrifugal clutch comes in, quite handy, because it doesn't allow you to really stall. You know? Now the engine won't start. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Okay. If I don't fully clutch in, we should be good to get up the hill. Yeah, so that's what the centrifugal clutch microcontroller does. It sort of doesn't allow your engine to really stall. And that works out really, really, really well. Yeah, but you know what? I think we've built something that looks lovely. It is actually working, which is awesome. I was thinking we might struggle with getting this thing to work properly. But it's doing it. It's doing its job. Yeah, it's like a diesel-electric vehicle. A diesel-electric mining vehicle. Awesome. How much fuel are we using? A good bit. A good bit. We might want to go top up soon, but that's fine. Alright, jump up this little thing right here. Excellent. Get us down that hill. Look at how easy it is to turn now as well, by the way. It's so simple. Yes! We've built a beast. We have indeed. Something that this thing is missing, though, is our brakes are actually not quite right. It's only on one wheel at this point, I think. Which clearly is not the best thing in the world to do, but it is what it is. Anyway, we are here now. We've got here without sustaining any damage. And I can say that at this point, because we have. Here's some stuff to mine. So I think if I flip this up... I don't know if that's the right way of doing it, actually. But there you go. If we flip that up, we drive forwards and we press 4. And then we throttle it up. Here we go. Is it working? It is. If we do this, though, is it still going to work? It is. And if I press spacebar... Oh, yeah! Awesome! So, we are currently full throttle with that thing. Mining, which is good. Our fuel is obviously going down. And our battery power is going down slightly, but not crazy amounts. The thing that I need to worry about, though, is whether our temperature is going to go down. Or, no, whether our temperature is too high. So, we do have to worry about that a little bit. But that's okay. We're doing it, guys. We're doing it! And she doesn't look super ugly, which I thought it might. Oh, I actually forgot that happens. So, it can disappear on you. The thingamabobby. Oh, wait, hang on. Hang on. There we go. The thingamabobby can disappear on you. The coal deposit. So, when that happens, you need to go find a new one. Which means we might need to actually go into the cave. Which is crazy. And we can only really mine things that are on the floor. And in the cave, they're actually on the sides quite a bit, look. Ah. Well, hopefully there are more floor ones. I think there will be. Yeah, there is. There's definitely more floor ones. Get in there. Oh, here we go. Yeah! Alright. Let's go ahead and turn into this. Oh. Oh, might have accidentally turned a bit much, but that's fine. Press 4. Oh, yeah. There we go. And start mining again. Yes! Alright, I want to get out and have a little look at this, but how's our fuel? Our fuel is currently okay. We are mining. And that's what it looks like. Oh! I'm so excited about this. I don't know why either, because it's not like super exciting, to be fair. It's just a mining machine. But it's a mining machine that is working. And that's cool. Currently got 72 coal in that one, and 65 coal in this one. Is that going up? No. Ah, because we've accidentally wobbled off. Alright, hang on. Stop wobbling off, that's not good. Put it in reverse. No, put it in reverse. There we go. Put it in forward drive again. Yep. Alright, cool. We gotta drive over to it. Just like this, and then we press 4. And it'll start mining again. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. We do need to add brakes to it again, but once we've done that, it should work out fine. Okay, I'm happy. Whoa. What the heck is that? There is a dog There's a dog! Alright, hold on. I need to move real quick because... Oh, there's nothing to mine. Uh-oh, we've run out of mining material. There's loads down there. I don't really care. Let's get out of here because we're using too much fuel. Although saying that, we're going to use more fuel if we have to come back here. That is true. No, that is actually very true. Let's reverse down. Let's go. Here we go. There is a dog dressed up as a skelly dog. That's pretty interesting. There is some right there on the floor, but we're going to ignore that and go straight for this pile because I believe there's actually 3 piles here. Alright, here we go. Drive forwards, please. Yes. Press 2, press 4. Yes, and zoomies. Get the zoomies, please. Oh, yeah. I'm actually extremely, like, happy with this. If I had a proper window in here, that would be nice. A proper window in there, that would be nice. But we don't need a proper window, because it's fine. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and get out of here. I don't know how much we've got. I think around 300, which, again, I don't actually know how far that would even get us. So, there's so many questions to be answered here, and yet, I don't have any answers to those questions. What I want to check really quick is if there's any enemies nearby. There is. I want to go destroy that. We haven't really done any destroying today, so we're going to jump in our little helicopter and we're going to go destroy a mini vessel. What do you guys think of that? And pow! There we go. So, I want to check real quick, how much coal do we have? 701! That's actually quite a bit of coal. I was going to start the engine here, but actually, I need to go and sleep through the night so that you guys can actually see, and I guess so that I can see, us destroying the enemy. Yes, sleep through the night, please. Alright, excellent. We're ready to go. Are they actually out there? Yeah, they're traveling around the island. Okay, they might even be very close. They could be really... In fact, they probably are really close. Alright, let's get in and go, go, go. Start your engines. Alright, let's get ourselves in the air a little bit. Alright, we twist a little bit on startup, but that's okay. Alright, let's turn the gyro on and let's go. Yes. Okay, so... somewhere out here, there is a small enemy boat that needs to be destroyed. I just don't know where it's gonna... Oh, I see it. I think I can see it. Alright, the thing is, I think shooting at this might be more difficult than shooting... Wait, is that the enemy boat? Yeah, it is. It might be more difficult than actually shooting at the submarine. And the main reason for that is actually because, for one, it's small. For two, it's got a machine gun that will fire at me and hit me. Yeah, there you go. So if that hits me too much, I die. But if I can hit him first, with some well-placed shots, then maybe, just maybe, we will survive. Oh, a little bit lower. Oh, come on. Yes, there we go. We've taken out the gun on the back, so let's stay back there and make sure he gets destroyed. Here we go. Oh, the front gun is trying to get me. I missed somehow. How did I miss from here? There we go. There we go. There we go. How do you like that, buddy? Yes! $5,000 dues. Okay, yeah. I mean, that settles some of the war stuff for me today, so I'm happy with that. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here today. Thank you guys very much for watching. We have, in fact, built a mining machine now, so I'm very pleased with that. And that will allow us to get coal for possibly a steam locomotive. I don't know if that's going to be on the cards or not, but I think it could be very interesting if it is. So let me know if you want to see a steam locomotive. I've built one before. In fact, I've built a few before, and I can't remember how you do it, so it'll be interesting. Anyway, for now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.